Mr. Villalobos, happy Monday to you, brother.
I appreciate that.
I know
Happy
it's
Monday to you as well.
I know it's Thursday when this pod drops. For all the gentlemen out there, stepdads, father figures, uncles who step up, grandparents, grandpops, all that stuff. Happy Father's Day, gentlemen. I appreciate you guys.
Yeah.
You guys are raising the next generation. We appreciate it, especially you, Javier. So
Thank you. Appreciate that. I appreciated the call as well. That was real nice of you.
that's what bros do, man.
Yeah.
I didn't get a single call on Father's Day because I'm not a father. So,
There you go.
Dude, how was the weekend, my guy? Talk to me.
It was hot, man. It was so hot this weekend.
Yeah, it was.
And then at one point it rained while there was no clouds and sun out. It just started raining for no reason. So there's that going on.
That's and I hate that's actually almost the worst rain because it's hot rain. The rain's hot.
It's hot and then it's immediately humidity.
No,
it hits the ground.
Rain I'm talking about the wet rain that is dropping is not cold. It is hot.
No, I agree with that. I'm saying as soon as it hits the ground too, it turns into humidity. Immediately. Yeah, it was terrible.
Yeah, man.
Me and the wife went out to dinner Saturday night with drummer and 50 Flies Rich and his wife.
Nice.
Out to it's a place called Water's Edge Dock and Grill.
Okay.
It's off of one of the High Rock Lake inlets.
Nice. So
yeah, you can go sit out there and nice dock, big area of water, just hang out for a little bit.
Good deal. How was the cuisine?
Yeah, it's always pretty good. I mean, it's a bar. It's not nothing fancy. They don't bring out you don't have little garnishes, like little greeneries and stuff like that, or
no kale.
No kale. Ain't getting none of that. But the food's always pretty good.
Gotcha, man. Gotcha. Yeah. Good stuff, brother. Good stuff.
What
man.
You get into?
I myself did a lot of working.
Okay.
Did a lot of writing.
Okay.
Played poker on Friday night.
Okay.
Was at Lucky Dog in South Charlotte, Still Creek area, and played some poker. I did not win. I also wasn't the first person off the table. So that was
all
good.
I can think of is you're like the one guy in that painting of dogs playing poker. That's exactly what I pictured.
The one guy. That's actually
just whooping
brilliant.
Your ass. They're whooping your ass. That's what they're doing.
My oldest joke is when you come home and you're about to open the door or you knock on the door and there's a dog behind there.
Yeah.
The dog is rummaging and trying to run around and clear out the poker game that he just had. That's it's shit. Mom and dad are home. I gotta clean up. I gotta clean up. Right?
Why can't I get this door open?
I got no opposable thumbs, damn it.
Yeah. Fantastic.
All right, man. Team, we got some news for you. Javi,
boy.
You know what to do.
Oh boy.
All right, team.
All right.
Source of this story is Entertainment Weekly, I believe. Yep, Entertainment Weekly.
Okay.
It's been all over the internet. So, New York has been having all these contests, these pop-up contests, right? And the one that occurred yesterday was the one who looked the most like the internet zaddy, Zaddy, Pedro Pascal. The man who's handling business in Hollywood this summer.
Right.
We have a winner too, and the winner received $50 in a year worth of burritos. Now that's not a bad gig.
That's all right. I mean,
my question is how many burritos do you get a day? Right?
Yeah.
1 or 75. There's just.
Yeah,
I'm cool with either. I'm cool with either, but thank you. You know what I mean?
It's a lot of burritos.
You what if you have I would only host like burrito parties at my house. That's it.
You could just go and just get them and just like collect them until the weekend. Just have a burrito party.
Just stop by the bodega on your way home every day,
Yeah,
right? And just get a whole box of burritos. Hey, Dad, what are we eating again tonight? We eating tacos again?
he
No, we're
said
eating burritos, son.
same
Burritos.
thing we've been eating for 11 months. We're about to run out, so enjoy it.
Shit don't change. Guys, the Pedro Pascal lookalike, and we'll link this in the show notes and everything, is
It's awesome.
George Gauntus. He was the winner of the
Strong name.
Father's Day competition, the best lookalike for Pedro Pascal, guys. We've seen like Timothy Chalamet. I think we've seen we've seen some people, right? So Pedro
Yeah.
Pascal now, Timothy Chalamet. I think they did a Matt Damon one. I don't know when they're doing the Javier Villalobos one,
I
but
don't know.
I mean, the hilarious thing was like you pull up to your own and actually win. You know what I mean? That would be
Or you lose. That's the most hilarious thing.
that would be
Yep. And what's cool is this guy was like in the picture. He's like contestant number 5.
yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean, trying to see the picture of all the contestants, see what's going on, see if it's
I
he's
would love to be a part of this
he's number
committee
one.
who does the voting,
Yeah.
right? But like it's actually perfect because he also, for some reason, there's a lot of pictures of Pedro Pascal in a black sleeveless shirt,
Just,
and this guy
if
pulled
it ain't
up
broke, right?
in a black sleeve. Sun's out, guns out, dog. You know what I mean? Dog. They don't call him the Chilean Warhammer for nothing. You know what I mean?
All right.
I don't know anybody who calls him that, but you know,
that is his new nickname across the globe. That was
There
awesome.
you go. Put it on his IMDb, guys. The Chilean Warhammer. Welcome to this episode of Movie in a Pod. I'm Clyde Smith.
And I am Javier Villalobos.
On this week's episode, we're discussing trailers for Highest to Lowest, the pickup in our movie of the week, Materialist. Yes, team, more Pedro Pascal. Let's get it.
It's not going to stop.
All right, hope everybody's having a fantastic week here.
Oh, yeah.
I know JV is, because he has the next New York pop-up contest for himself.
Yeah.
He's going to pull up, and who knows if he's going to win, team. But in the meantime, and in between time, we got some new trailers coming at you here. We got one from the legendary Spike Lee.
Let's go.
Highest to Lowest, starring the best Denzel Washington. And then we have the great Eddie Murphy and that damn Pete Davidson, man. He's all over his place still. He got to be in a damn movie with Eddie Murphy. Lucky guy. Called The Pickup. So team, really excited for these trailers. Always click that link tree in your show notes and see our full YouTube page with all the funny stuff, all of our socials and stuff. And like always, team, like, share, subscribe. We appreciate your support.
There's more to life than just making money. It's integrity. That's what you stand for. It's what you actually believe in. Do you believe in yourself? Do you believe you'll be successful?
There you go.
And the hard times will come from the good times. The hard times will come from success. The hard times will come from the money, and the mayhem follows.
Oh, boy. Oh, there's the twist.
That just looks good, man.
So can you handle the mayhem? Can you handle the money? Can you handle the success? Can you handle the failure? Can you handle the lovers? Can you handle the
There's
memes?
a lot happening.
Can you handle everything that there is in between?
There's so much happening.
That's the question I have for you. Can you handle it?
Okay. There you go.
All money ain't good money.
I've never heard that before. All right, team. Quick trailer there for you. According to IMDb, we have Highest to Lowest. When a Titan music mogul is targeted with a ransom plot, he is jammed up in a life or death moral dilemma.
Oh boy.
Directed by the legendary Spike Lee, written by Evan Hunter, Akira Kurosawa, and Hideo Unga.
Right.
I think this is an adaptation of a Japanese movie, is what it looks like here. This has Denzel Washington, Jeffrey Wright, ASAP Rocky.
Right.
Okay, pulling up. Rick Fox pulling up as a Coach Fox, so that's cool.
There you go.
Ice Spice is in this, and a whole host of other people team. I will say this, man. Even though we didn't get that in depth of a trailer, I'm pretty sold that I'm going to watch this movie and enjoy it. Right?
This is right up your alley. I feel like.
Yeah. This is Spike Lee. This is some gangsters, some intrigue.
Maybe a heist. Might be a heist
maybe
there.
A heist.
I don't know.
Maybe a heist. I'm always cool with a heist. You know what I mean? Ant-Man is a very underrated Marvel film because it was really good, but I loved it because there was a heist.
Right.
Anytime that a team gets together to steal something, like sign me up for that movie, okay?
That was all of Endgame and Infinity War, wasn't it?
It was a time heist.
Yeah.
Yo, Endgame was a time heist. You just blew my mind.
We also had Thanos, the whole series stealing stones, right? I mean, it was pulling the heist the whole time.
So that wasn't even we'll jump back to heist to Lois in a second, guy.
He just went in and took him. It wasn't really a heist. So he just went in. And
it was his plan. He was more like a Suge Knight. You know what I mean? Like in Avengers Endgame, they were like Ocean's 11, right?
Yeah,
they were like Danny Ocean and the crew.
Yeah.
I feel like Thanos just punked everybody.
You're right. He did.
Thanos came through and was like, "What's up? You good? All right?" Captain, whatever the heck his name is, I don't even know. The dude with I can't think of anybody's name right now. What is happening? Let me drink a little coffee.
Captain America?
Doctor Strange. Doctor Strange basically said, "Here's the stone."
You said Captain. You said Captain like 4 times trying to figure out the guy's name. Got me all confused.
I was thinking guy with the cape, and I'm like, Captain doesn't have a cape. Neither Captain has a cape. Marvel or America. So, yes, I love a good heist. So I don't know what's going on here, man, but Denzel just looks good.
Yeah, he really does.
Denzel looks like looks like he's about 60 in this movie, and he's not. He's super older than that in life. He looks younger. He looks like he's ready to take on New York and whatever the heck comes his way.
Right.
I'm excited for this, man. You can't go wrong with Jeffrey Wright either. So
let's go.
Like an Apple TV Plus drop. So we'll be plugging into this. Hopefully this drops in theaters, man. I definitely like a Spike Lee joint. So team, we're gonna throw highest to lowest on our socials. And hopefully a time heist or something, guys.
Happy anniversary. We're going to have dinner, 8 p.m. sharp. Don't be late.
Damn.
Don't be late.
Paga la luz.
Pendejo. This place is about to close up.
Well, luckily for you, this date isn't over until your uniform is on my hotel room floor.
Oh, wow.
Oh.
Holy shit.
Solid.
God, this is my 25th wedding anniversary. If I miss dinner with my wife tonight, I will be shot.
Don't do anything stupid.
Whatever gets you home to your wife in time for your special day.
Happy anniversary.
Route 5, get out there.
What is happening?
You're supposed to retire. I'm moving on to a new career. You're pivoting this late? Well, how old do you think I am? Well, you're black, so you look 40, but you could be up to 90. Hey, yo, you seeing this?
That's fair. That is fair.
We're gonna die.
Calm down. Remember your training.
Put your hands up!
Oh,
I took a 15-hour online course. What training?
You end up robbing the place? What just happened?
Okay, Eddie.
Oh man.
Miller.
Oh, that's not good.
Oh
If
gosh.
you're gonna kill us, why don't you just show us who you are? Tell us and sold us out. Yo, you better give me that money.
Oh gosh.
Oh god.
You swallow that shit if you throw up you a What is this? And who is they?
Change of plans. You two are gonna help me steal $60 million from the casino.
Oh, there you go.
Because if you don't, your wife's dead.
If you let us go, I'll let you bang my twin sister.
Sounds like me with long hair. You trying to get us shot?
Russell, you don't answer your phone. Did you forget you married a Latina? I put a tracking chip in your neck. Hi, Natalie.
Oh wow.
You fell in love this weekend?
Uh-oh.
Of course. We did butt stuff.
Let's go.
Pete. Oh, Pete.
Wow.
Your boy Marshawn. Let's go.
That was awesome, dude.
I look at my leg and my foot and my ankle, my meniscus. I know I tore my whole back out too. What, just from that?
Wow.
Are those the same underwear from Friday? Should have been a red flag.
All right, team. We have the pickup. IMDb states a routine cash pickup turns to a deadly pursuit when two mismatched armored truck drivers are ambushed by ruthless criminals with plans beyond the cash. Team,
Let's
is
go.
coming at us from the great Tim Story, the director, written by Kevin Burrows and Matt Miter. Stellar cast here, guys. Eddie
Got
Murphy,
a heist.
Pete Davidson. We have our heist right here. Kiki Palmer, Jack Kessie, Eva Longoria, Andrew Dice Clay, the man, the myth, the living legend, Beast Mode, Marshawn Lynch. Yeah. Really excited about this one, man. I always love a good Tim Story Miller. You know, the last Tim Story Miller that we Tim Story movie that we did was Tom and Jerry. It was directed by him, man.
Okay.
So he is fantastic in everything that he does. I am really looking forward to this film, man. What were your thoughts, brother?
Yeah, I mean, we're just gonna have a good action comedy. That's all it's gonna be. I mean,
Yeah.
I just, you got the Pete Davidson, right? Who
Hate that guy.
he just leaves it all out there. Like
He's funny though.
In his roles, he just puts it all out there. Sometimes it's funny, sometimes it's not. I remember watching Bodies.
Oh, you finally caught that?
Yeah, I watched that a while back. It wasn't that funny in that one.
Hey, there wasn't enough time.
Yeah, you got to really marinate in there.
Yeah.
But I mean, we got some action. We got Marshawn Lynch in here. We got Eddie jumping off trucks or blowing trucks up, crazy stuff. Yeah, super excited. Should be a fun.
I thought Eddie Murphy was like gonna be like the closet, die hard type guy and like save the day, and he just remembers his like 10 minutes of training, I guess, that he got, and then he was done after that. He blew his whole back out after that fight, I guess. Oh man, no, these are the movies that I enjoy, man.
Yeah.
Just give me a good plot, give me some good comedy, and it's like Pete Davidson. You get to work with like one of the legends, in Eddie Murphy, man. So that's dope to like hang that on your hat, man. I really do think that's really awesome because like. To work with legends, right? In film, Chris Pine got to work with Denzel. Ryan Reynolds also got to work with Denzel, right?
Mhm.
Like, Joseph Gordon-Levitt got to work with Eddie and Axel Foley. The Beverly Hills Cop film. So they get to work with these like legendary 80s and 90s action movie stars. You know what I mean? Is like crazy for this young talent, man, to be able to go ahead and do this, man. Team, we're gonna throw the pickup on our socials. Looks like an Amazon Prime drop. Yeah, we'll definitely add this to the list, guys, and we will definitely be checking this one out and talking about it. All right, man. Let's get right into it here.
Alrighty.
The movie of the week. Super excited about it, man. We have Materialist.
Oh yeah.
This movie dropped June 13th, 2025. This is written and directed by the great Celine Song.
We have a $20 million budget. So far, it's grossed $15.5 million.
Let's go.
Starring this, we have Dakota Johnson as Lucy, Chris Evans as John, Pedro Pascal as Harry Castillo, Zoe Winters as Sophie, and Marin Ireland as Violet.
Yeah, man. Really excited for this one, man. Go ahead and give us that quick synopsis, brother.
Lucy, played by Dakota Johnson, is a matchmaker who doesn't realize she has already found her match.
Oh, ooh,
Oh, that was deep.
bruh.
Deep.
That hit the bone right there, dog. Oh my god, I feel that. All right, let's start at the top here. Dakota Johnson as Lucy. I can admit that Dakota Johnson is a good actor. I've just seen her in some bad roles. Okay.
Okay.
I think she finally, at least like from what I've seen, I haven't seen her in everything, obviously. But it's Don Johnson's wife. Wow. I mean, daughter. Yeah.
But Don Johnson.
Her first role that I remember her from was The Social Network. She's the girl who wakes up on Sean Parker.
Right.
Justin Timberlake. Then I see her in 21 Jump Street, right? And after that, she's pretty trash. And I try to watch the 50 Shades movies, but like those are not good. And then I watched Madam Web, and that was not good either. But I will say in Madam Web's defense, right?
Right.
It's a Sony production, and Sony production movies outside of Spider-Man and the first Venom movie are just not good.
Right.
With that being said, her and Materialist as Lucy M, as this matchmaker. This is a role, this is a script, this is a plot that she was able to sink her teeth in, and this is some of her finest work to date.
Yeah, I haven't been a big fan of her either. And I will agree this is probably her best role that I've seen.
Oh yeah.
But even saying that, she's missing something. Like Chris Evans and Pedro Pascal, they just have something. And when you see them on screen, honestly, they could be doing.
You want to have sex with them? Yeah, I get it.
They could be doing some shit skit, and it's still like fantastic.
Yeah, agreed.
She's just missing that little thing.
Yeah, no, 100%. You know, this is not even a call to like men are better actors than women or anything of that nature. So I don't want anybody to like disqualify us from that.
No, not at all.
I have seen her in many things, and I have not enjoyed her acting.
Yeah.
I think she was stale. This film, you really saw her act, and I loved her character as Lucy. One, because like this character is very cold and calculating, right?
Right.
A lot of the women love rom-com type roles, right? They're hopeless romantics. They love life. They're in and out of relationships.
Yeah.
You know, they care. She's very cold. She's very calculating. Everything is a math problem to her. Love and relationships and dating is a math problem to Lucy. And it is interesting how she goes about her world, her world, which is her work and her own love life, and tries to marry the two. No pun intended.
Yeah.
That was really interesting and fun to watch her jump into. We meet her. She is a matchmaker in New York. She's like the shit at her company. She has had like 9 people get married. So she's like the number one it girl at the company.
Yeah.
And then we meet her at the 9th wedding. So it seems like she gets invited to the wedding. That's when her world view starts changing. We get introduced to a few different characters here, right? Harry, played by Pedro Pascal, is the brother of the 9th wedding person or whatever that she's getting
A lot going on.
yeah, a lot going on. And then she at that same wedding, she sees her ex, played by Chris Evans. John as Chris Evans there. So like there's a dynamic there where she is like, obviously Harry's the unicorn, Harry's the 10, Harry's the guy that like every woman wants, right? He's tall, he's good looking, he's rich. I love the scene. I'm talking about Pedro right now, but this explains her as well, right?
Yeah.
The scene when he just walks in the tuxedo and it's like the long shot of him just walking
Oh, yeah.
into the wedding and shaking everybody's hand like he's Don Corleone from The Godfather or something, right?
Yeah.
But he just commanded respect,
Yep.
right? And then you're like, oh, he's just not that. He's also like the brother, but he's also the best man as well. So like that made sense. But that was a really dope, sexy scene showing the power that Harry has.
Agreed.
And that plays into Lucy's attraction to him and him as the unicorn, right? She also runs into John, and John is a actor living in New York, her
He's
ex,
Apparently
and
the opposite.
the exact opposite, right? He's Chris Evans. It's hard to make Chris Evans frumpy though, right? But like they definitely tried. They gave him like a
all they really did was just kind of mess his hair up a little bit. He had messy hair the whole time. And it still looked good. It still looked really good.
It still looked good. He had messed up hair and he smoked cigarettes. Like two negatives. What did he do, Basil? Right? It's Captain Steve Rogers. Damn it!
Yeah,
America's ass. But
yeah,
you know, this is what she's dealing with in life. And the third character that is really revolves around what moves Lucy is Zoe Winter's character Sophie, who is the 39-year-old, I think, lawyer who is just looking for love and understands like she's not going to get the unicorn. She's not going to be swooned and everything. She just wants to not die alone. And Lucy takes her under her wing and works super hard to make sure that like she finds Sophie love. So those are the three characters that are motivating Lucy through this film. And for me, that's like how you move a character along, right? Is this is not an action film, right? This is not like a horror film where something dramatic is going to change, right? This is just a movie, a story about relationships and how we move throughout our life with these various relationships, man. And I appreciated the dynamic of those three changing Lucy's worldview. For better or worse, right?
Yeah. Yep. Agreed.
We got Pedro Pascal, man. I want to talk about this guy, Harry. He's in private equity. It's his family, him and his brother, who's the ninth wedding guy. They come from a very rich family. He has a $8 million flat in New York. He has all the money. He has everything. Doing the thing, can get any woman that he wants, right? And at that wedding, he sits down across from Lucy and just flirts with her nonstop.
Does work, yep.
And like ends up dancing with her, but she goes home. She like leaves with John. And I thought that was very spot on for the character. I wasn't expecting her to leave with John. I thought because it's only like this movie's only like 2 hours.
Honestly, so I thought John was gonna leave her there.
I thought so too. I thought so too. And then she's gonna be like Whiskey Tango Foxtrot or something, right?
Yeah.
But then we get this scene later with them both in John's shitty car.
Yeah,
but like,
which was an excellent transition. Like from the ballroom to just riding this shitty car.
I thought the same exact thing, dude.
And I believe it was just silent. Like all you heard was the car making noises.
The clanking of the car.
Yeah, it was good. That was a good transition.
They were not talking. I think she says like smells the same. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So there is some more history between the two.
Yeah.
Very good there. Harry, man, like this guy can have whatever he wants and wants Lucy, But you come to find out through various dates, and like she takes him through the ringer before anything.
Yeah.
He's along for the ride. She doesn't just like openly say like, yeah, I want to date you or be with you or whatever. He does the work by putting in all the dates, right?
Right.
He doesn't like hook up with her on the first or second night or whatever. They go on several dates, fine dining, major like New York hotspot restaurants, flowers, cards, candy, the whole nine. He puts in the work, and I appreciate that.
Yeah.
But this is just a transaction, like we talked about Dakota Johnson's character Lucy being very transactional and very, very math as far as relationships, and that's how she does her work and her job. Harry matches that vibe as well. Once again,
he does a good job.
He's in finance, right? He's in private equity. So that matches up very well where they're both cold and calculating, where everything is just numbers, everything is just math. They match up together. She doesn't think that they do. He does. And he wants to make this a transaction as well with her. And that's the relationship. And you think like, will that work? Will that not work? And that's kind of the driving force between that, that relationship there.
Yeah. And you also have the Chris Evans, like plot kind of hanging over the whole time that really keeps you guessing. It seems like the relationship's going very well with
like
Harry and Lucy.
Yeah, exactly. And in John's face too, right? Like
yeah.
They go to his he's an actor, they go to his play and they go out for drinks outdoors and they pull and Harry pulls the entire bar tab. They're at some hole in the wall bar, so it must have been like $27. But that's beside the point though, you know what I mean? Well, how much can a few Dale's Pale Ales be in New York?
Yeah.
But like John watches this and there is a little resentment. There's a little like cold, but he's also the guy who is very happy for Lucy.
Yeah.
Even though he messed up his shot, that he wasn't the right guy. So the things I like about this film is these characters are very alive, are very well written, and very real. We get some rom-coms where it's just like so far out of left field that nobody can compare themselves, right? I know Harry's, right, who can just go in and pay for everything and just be that top dog and give the key to the girl on the first day and be like, here, stay here whenever. I'll pay for everything forever. And then there's John's. Shit, I've been a John before, right? In regards to not being able to afford things, right? And then losing relationships because of that. Living with a bunch of dudes, you know what I mean? Like, just life is not the Harry life. Yeah. I also know a bunch of Lucys who are very cold and calculating. The reason why I like these three lead characters, they're just real people, man.
Yeah, agreed.
We talked about Zoe Winter's Sophie for a little bit there. Not even a helpless romantic. Another real character. She understands. She's 39. She's kind of past. According to her, she's past her prime and everything. She's looking for somebody that she can just die with. And like that sucks to hear, and that's not the Hollywood fairy tale endings.
Yeah.
That's just real life, man.
Yeah.
I love films like this, man. I love characters like this as well. Then we have a whole host of other characters as well in this film, not really important to the bigger plot. Outside of those four, I do want to talk about Eddie Cahill though for a second. Only because, and he was in the trailer. He was a standout in the trailer. He's like 50-something years old. Does not want to take anybody in his 30s. 20. He said 29 is the latest that he'll date somebody.
Pushing it,
right?
Yeah.
And Lucy's just looking at him like, what is? She's like, I have a 35-year-old for you. She's super. He's like, no, definitely not. I just get better. I just do better with the 27 to 29-year-old range.
Yeah.
Okay. Whatever, bro. Whatever. Because he was saying early on that like the 22, 23-year-olds that he was dating are too immature.
Yeah,
5 years later.
Super cool.
Funny. Awesome, bro.
Wild.
Not a big budget on this film, man, but like you can't help but to love how this film is shot. Like just there's just a lot of references to older movies as well. I really loved that tracking shot of Pedro Pascal coming in. I really also loved she just did tracking shots very, very well in
Yeah.
this.
Well, the whole
A lot of
thing was very, very rom-com, like the whole vibe.
yeah. Oh yeah, no doubt,
Just
man.
everything about it was.
She did what Celine did was like bring us into this real world of relationships and matchmaking. And I also appreciated like the coffee shop visits between Lucy and her client and them having the conversation
Yeah.
back and forth. That was really, really cool as well, man. Some things that didn't stick out that typically do, is like music, ambiance. You're in the city, so like that's a given. It looks beautiful. It's like spring in the city, yay! But it was more just how this film was shot is what I really, really enjoyed here, man. All right, man. I do have a theme here.
Okay. What you got?
Yeah.
She didn't make the right
title of
decision. Is that what your theme was? She made the wrong decision.
The title of this film being Materialist, we meet a lot of characters that Lucy is working with, or her clients, that are material people, right? They're looking for a certain set of boxes to check for their person.
Yeah.
But we also learn that Lucy herself is very materialistic. And that's why her and John didn't work out the first time. And that's why she's with Harry, because she thinks, oh, well, this is everything that I need right here. Rich man has
Yeah.
everything. I don't have to worry about anything at all.
Now in her flashback to her and John, I don't think she was really that out of line about what she wanted.
No.
But at the same time, like when we meet her later on, I think she's kind of realized that, right?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, John's broke. You're looking to support somebody, you're gonna have to make a little bit of money.
Yeah.
You
like in this day and age, this is a very real 2025 film, right?
Yeah.
We're not, especially in New York, you're not going to survive just eating off of ramen.
No,
Or
I mean,
what did he pick up? Cheesesteaks or the halal food truck or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, can I get some falafel?
Yeah.
Which is delicious, but when your friends, when your colleagues, when your coworkers, right, when you see people in movies and TV and stuff, they're hitting all these like nice restaurants.
Yeah.
She wants that as well.
Yeah.
She comes from a place of not finishing college, making less than $80K a year. She doesn't have that many skills outside of this matchmaking, so it's she has to do something for herself, and matching herself up with a guy like Harry, who is already said is a good move. And she literally says this to Harry. Wild. But he appreciates it because, once again, everything is transactional. Yeah. Anyway, theme for this man is going to be know who you are and understand what you want, right? At the end of the day, Lucy doesn't really know. She thinks there's a version of her that she wants to be, that she really doesn't know, and like that with Harry. And then through trial and tribulation, through conversations, through the heartbreaking detail of what happens with Sophie's character, right? She quickly learns that like this is not the person that she needs to be. This might not even be the job that is for her.
Yeah.
Even though I would have took that raise in that, I would have took that. Yeah, that would have definitely been like, yeah, I was gonna quit, but now I'm not. This is awesome.
Yeah.
I need to be somebody more, right? It was really introspective, and I like that we followed Lucy throughout this entire story, man. That was fun.
Agreed.
All right, team. That's our conversation about Celine Song's Materialist. JV, give me your thoughts and ratings on this, man.
Yeah, I'm stuck between, for me, between
Yeah.
2 and 3 buckets of popcorn here.
Talk to me, yeah.
I think the 3 buckets would basically really be based on these 3 characters as actors, and the way they put themselves into these roles and portrayed these roles very well.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't really enjoy the movie itself. It's not really in my wheelhouse of things I really like. But that being said, the delivery from Dakota, Chris, and Pedro, I think I'm gonna go ahead and give it 3 buckets of popcorn. Now
Good
I
deal.
think about it.
Good deal.
I mean, I left the theater enjoying seeing them on the screen, and not necessarily throwing shields and doing all that kind of crazy stuff. Just some good old dialogue, right?
Man said throwing shields. Nobody throwing a damn shield. I'm not pulling up, Clyde, okay?
So yeah, 3 buckets for me, man. What about you?
Good stuff, man. This is 4 buckets of popcorn for me, man. I
Okay.
really enjoyed this film. I always love we're always going to get rom-coms, right? We're always going to get these introspective stories of a character and their journey and their change through their love life or something that sparks, right? We're always going to get these. Always from somebody else's point of view, right? And I think that's what's refreshing. Celine Song's point of view is a real world look at relationships and what we're for, right? There's just a certain type of person that we're all into, right? There's certain type of things that we want, and we're kind of selfish about it in our relationships, right? Like,
Agreed.
and that's fine, but then you run across like, what are the things that you're able to let go of in your relationship as well? And the fact that we went through this exercise with Lucy was really fun.
Yeah.
And like, dude, another Pedro Pascal film this summer. Like, I'm just having the best year of my life, bro.
They're not stopping, man.
They're not
They're not going to stop.
stopping at all, bro. I want more of this guy. Always. We got him in Gladiator 2 last year. We got Materialist. We got Fantastic Four: First Steps.
Mm-hmm.
Next year we got Mandalorian and Grogu, and then we got Avengers: Doomsday.
Yeah.
I am just excited because this has been a long time coming, and he's just gradually been upping his game.
Yeah.
And his stardom. And dude, give me more Pedro, bro. Give me more Javi Gutierrez. Where's Javi? I'm looking for Javi. Hi, I'm Javi. I love that. I love that. Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent is the fantastic film.
Yeah, it was a good time. It definitely was.
Yeah, dude. Materialist, give me 4 buckets of popcorn. I'm just really stoked that like Dakota Johnson like has a role to sink her teeth into. And I think it's because she got to play somebody who was very cold and calculating at first, and then she ended up opening up. I really did appreciate that in her character. Thank you for subscribing to this episode talking through Materialist. Next week we'll be discussing the Rebel Wilson action comedy film Bride Hard.
And catch that at the cinema.
Like always, I am Clyde Smith. You can find me across all socials. I am Clyde D. Smith.
I am Javier Villalobos. You can find me across all socials at Mr. J8200.
Thanks, guys.
Appreciate it.
That damn internet zaddy.